I live in northeastern Utah in the Uinta Basin. More specifically, I live about 6 or 7 miles north of Roosevelt in a little community called Cedar View. So I was born and raised here and have lived here most of my life with just brief stints in other places. But this is mostly where I've been. So my mom is from Salt Lake City, and my dad's family has been in this area for generations. So I'm fifth generation in this area on my dad's side, on a couple of branches of his side. So anyway, my family's been here for a while. So yeah, so this is home for me. So as far as the air quality in this area, I have observed it varies kind of based on conditions, but I know like on a winter like this where it's really snowy, like we're having this winter, um, the sunlight gets reflected by the snow, and so it tends to create inversion type conditions where the it's like the instead of having the ground warm up and the air rises like it like normally happens, so the ground is cold. And I was just telling some of my students about that earlier today, how that works and everything. So I've noticed differences. Like you can definitely tell more smells and stuff, or detect more of that when it's inversion conditions like this. And you might not notice it with the sights as much until like sometimes you get in the mountains. Like if a few weeks ago, my wife and I, back during winter break, we went to the mountains and went skiing, and you could look down and see the haze down below. And we didn't really notice it so much being down below, but when we drove up, you could see like, oh wow, look at that. It was like kind of soupy looking down below. So you notice that. But you notice sometimes, like I'm really into cross country skiing. One time my wife and I went skiing just out in the desert between Roosevelt and Vernal, and this was a couple of years ago. We started skiing, and my wife is especially sensitive to like smells and stuff. And after a little while, she's like, I can't take this anymore. There's some kind of smell here. And it was definitely seemed like an unnatural smell, like oil and gas related or something. And so we turned around and went back and got in the car. It was, and I don't have as sensitive a sense of smell, but I could smell it too. And it just didn't smell right. It smelled really bad. So sometimes we get smells here too. Occasionally, if the winds are right, I get smells coming up from like there's some, what do you call it? Like evaporation ponds or whatever. They're like oil and gas related that are kind of to the southwest of me. And so if the winds happen to blow northeast, we kind of smell that. And between here and Vernal, there's some that you can smell, some of the places where we go hiking or skiing and stuff. So yeah, with inversions, it's crazy, the smells. Occasionally I can tell when the neighbors are like doing laundry because the smells don't go up, they like stay down. And they live like almost half a mile away, but the smell that just like it just holds all that stuff down there. So you can smell like the fabric softener or whatever. It's just weird. But so then I think whatever other pollutants are in the air are not going anywhere either. So we're breathing in whatever's in the air. So it's pretty bad.